What a great night. Two tremendous warriors. Let me remind you.
It was one of the great upsets in boxing history. And today, we'll look at highlights from the Spinks-Ali fight. Also in our studio is Sam Solomon, the trainer of champion Leon Spinks, and Angelo Dundee, who has trained two-time champion Muhammad Ali for all 18 years of his pro career. Plus, we'll visit both fights.
Bobby Smith's a pretty clever southpaw. He's beginning to hang in there pretty good.
Well, he's testing the ability of Spinks to go past the 3 rounds.
Okay. Green says okay. Referee.
A little defense by Spinks.
Okay, movement still up on his toes. Let's check out his footwork and see how he's doing, Sugar Ray.
Right uppercut. That did it.
You can see 15 seconds left. And Lighty Bobby Smith is really in trouble this time.
Leon went on to win that bout with a 5th-round knockout. Victories over Peter Freeman and Bob Murphy before moving up in class against the veteran Pedro Augusto.
Opens up early. There he goes. Blazing away here in the early going.
He's throwing caution to the wind and trying to let it go again, see if he can get rid of this guy. I think there's going to be a lot of action before this fight's going to be over.
In blue, Pedro Augusto. In the yellow trunks, Leon Spinks. Gold medal winner, Olympics a year ago. His 4th professional fight. He has yet to be stopped in a pro go.
I talked to Butch Lewis, the promoter with Top Rank, and he told me that Leon has been working 6 rounds in boxing, and then the last round is a 20-minute round. So maybe some people might question his stamina, but if he can do that, that means he's got some. Left hook is bonded by Leon.
He follows up with the same shot again.
Right. He looked a little bit of a punch on Augusto's waist, midriff, so he's taking advantage of it.
Was that the Spinks jinx right hand that we saw?
I think he can land it with any authority, though. Good left hook. Oh! Quick left hook, and he's out. He will not get up.
After that impressive 1-round knockout against Augusto, Spinks then went 10 rounds for the first time in what was his most difficult fight against Scott Ledoux of Minneapolis.
He got hurt now. First time in his life. Leon Spinks has got to hold on now.
Now he's doing a Muhammad Ali with his face up there and faking it. But
Ledoux's got Leon in a bit of a jam.
And Ledoux is not taking advantage of it. There's another good left hook. And here comes Spinks. He's recovered. He's given him a chance. 2 good combinations. Ledoux made a mistake in not attacking at that moment. And Spinks seems to have recovered.
This is where the 5 miles a day running can come in so handy for a boxer. How's that endurance, that stamina now in the legs? You've got to keep coming. You've been staggered.
And youth doesn't hurt either, and neither does determination, both of which Spinks has a lot of.
24 years of age, Leon Spinks. Did you see the right?
Beautiful combination by Spinks. There's another combination. There's another combination.
Now it is Ledoux who must weather it.
There's 2 hooks in a row. That missed, but it was very close.
And the fight scoring was equally close. Spinks avoided his first defeat when the bout was ruled a draw. His next opponent was Alfio Righetti, the undefeated European heavyweight champion. With Ali in the audience to take a closer look himself, the winner of this fight was to get a shot at the title.
Here it is Leon Spinks, who appears to have a big lead. But Righetti has proved to be tougher than many imagine. And, Doctor, I think we can see why he's never been knocked down.
He certainly has got a tough chin, and he's got all the heart you need. He's not quitting. He's standing right there fighting. He opened this round with a beautiful lead hook. to exert no rest on him. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
And it was enough pressure for Leon to win it with a unanimous but very close decision. Angelo Dundee and Sam Solomon will be joining us right after this message. Well, we had a brief look at Leon Spinks' brief pro career. Just 7 fights leading up to his title chance against Muhammad Ali in fight number 8. The 2 men who prepared those 2 fighters for what proved to be one of the stunning upsets in boxing history are with us here in the studio today. The trainer of the new champion, Leon Spinks, is Sam Solomon. And with us also, a gentleman familiar to our boxing viewers here on CBS, the trainer of Muhammad Ali, Angelo Dundee. Gentlemen, nice to have you both here. And I know that in looking back over Leon's brief career, as we termed it, Sam, that it must take you back prior to that title fight, thinking about what the mood was in your training camp prior to the fight against Ali. Did you and your people and Leon himself really feel you had a chance to win the title?
Well, Leon left it up to me after I okayed the fight, and he felt that I felt that he could win it.
What about the 2 fights preceding? Did they give you an idea that maybe you could?
Yes, that's why I asked for those 2 fights, to see just, you know, what preparations I had to do. I wanted to test him to see just how he could do against a strong, big heavyweight. And I selected Scott Ledoux, who I knew was pretty rough and big. And he gave us a pretty good going over. He gave us everything.
Some people thought that maybe Ledoux even won that fight. It was close.
Well, they thought it. I didn't.
Okay.
Because we were coming on at the end, and that gave me a good indication that he could handle big fellas, big rough fellas. So then I asked for another fight with a mover, a guy that's going to move, stick, and box, which I figured Ali to do. And then they gave us Rigetti, who a lot of people said wasn't nothing. And he proved them wrong too, because after I investigated his background, and he was 26-0. And when you win 26 fights in a row, you can't be just an ordinary fighter.
So he beat that Rigetti.
Yes, he did.
Now still, he had only 7 pro fights.
Right.
And you really believe that he had a chance to win the title?
Certainly I did. I wouldn't have made it if I didn't think it.
Angelo Dundee, what about the mood in the other camp? Ali has said since then that he was not in good shape. He hadn't prepared well. He didn't take Spinks seriously. How did you feel, and were you able to warn him at all?
Well, you know, the first feeling I get him, I got to make you appreciate, because I had the positions were reversed when I had him fight Sonny Liston. Right. Here I am, couldn't win. He's going to get chewed up and spit out. You know, going to destroy my guy. How can you put your fighter in with that guy that's killing, destroying people, breaking arms, breaking heads? Well, then this kid goes on and licks the guy. Then everybody's like a Monday morning quarterback. Well, gee, you know, I thought he could win. The same thing with the Leon Spinks situation.
So you had been there.
Heck, Muhammad was in good shape. He wasn't in the shape that he needs to be in, because he needs a challenge. Muhammad's the kind of guy who's got to climb a mountain, and I'm not trying to be funny. In other words, right now, he wants something he can taste it. Win that title for the 3rd time. Nobody else has ever done that.
So you did feel that he had to be careful in that first fight.
He was in good shape. No, I was concerned. When you got a guy as a heavyweight, a guy's an Olympic champion. Hey, I give plenty of accreditation to a guy that wins an Olympic title. Now, Leon Spinks, see, when I looked at him with those 2 fights with Ledoux, the fight with Rigetti, I didn't put no bases on that, because one fight has nothing to do with another fight. One ball game has nothing to do with another ball game. That's what boxing's all about.
Well, let's go back to February 15th and take a look now at round 1 and some of the other highlights from the first fight. And we'll see what developed, and we'll talk to the trainers as we go along during the course of the fight. Here's Brent Musburger and Ferdy Pacheco.
People all around the world watching as we get underway. Spinks trying to get in underneath that jab if he can. Going to work on that body. Ali covering up on the ring, trying to absorb the punishment, hoping Leon can punch himself out.
And he will at that rate.
Dropping down low, those thunderous body shots that through the years, Dr. Pacheco, you know, have worn away on Muhammad Ali.
And one of the main reasons I don't want him to fight anymore. But Spinks can't keep that up. Ali's given him these rounds.
The Ali strategy. Let the young man tire himself out. But it's a young man who doesn't know much fear. Gives away 4 inches in reach. Trying to come under, waiting for the jab.
Ali's talking to him.
He's always talking, isn't he?
Always talking, always talking. Taunting. Keep fighting, he says. Keep fighting.
Can't you hit any harder? It's gone on for years. Joe Frazier knew it so well in those great wars. The last time out, Ernie Shavers, and what a game fight that was for those two. Ali seldom remembers what he had to say in the ring after a fight. You can ask him. Now there is Pearl, the smaller man. He's got to keep Ali from tying up a younger Spinks and wearing him away as he does. Leon seemingly enjoying it, Doctor.
Hey, why shouldn't he? It's all been one way now. Ali's giving him a little fun. Ali will grab him around the back of the neck. And this referee is too small to stop him.
Again, Ali absorbing punishment. Not quite similar to the rope-a-dope that he unleashed on George Foreman over in Zaire, Africa. There he was moving more, but here he's just taking the punishment. Letting Spinks get arm weary. Then he'll come on with one of those patented flurries.
Come again, he says. Come again. That's right, he says. Come again. He's a showman, Ali. He lets the man take the first round.
Some 35 seconds left in round one.
And Ali landed a good right hand.
Solomon yelling at Leon not to lower those hands. He has a bad habit of bringing him down. Trying to come up over the top.
And he better not try to talk with Ali, or Ali will break his jaw. That's Ali's trick. No other fighter can do it to him. In the middle of the ring, you can see what the difference in size will be to Spinks.
End of round one.
Using the 10-point must scoring system in Nevada, the judges Harold Buck, Lou Tabbitt, and Art Lurie all gave the first round to Spinks. And round two was much the same kind of action, and the judges saw it the same way. Spinks the winner of that round. And we'll be back with the third round in just a moment.
Ready now for the third round. Angelo Dundee told Muhammad Ali that he thought the first round was even, but that they had lost the second. But he said, go out and box a little bit more. Don't give him quite so much. So let's see if Ali comes up on the toes and tries to give us a flurry.
Now, this is Ali as he used to be. The great Ali, pounding with a kind of a jab that takes your head off. Doesn't look like much. It's what Bodini calls snake licking and bouncing. But he can't do this for long. He can do it for a round, and then he's going to come down.
I know you like to appreciate Ali, but keep an eye as to how Spinks handles this tactic. What kind of defense will he use? Where will he go against that left jab? Can Ali open up a cut over either of those eyes?
And he's cutting off the ring on him pretty good.
You bet he is. Sliced him off beautifully that time.
Back punching, and Ali's gone into his shell. And Angelo's correctly exerting. Boxing, this guy's a sucker for boxing.
Just under 2 minutes left in the third round.
Spinks has taken both rounds, in my opinion, using this tactic. And as he continues, he'll take this round, dude.
But when does he get arm weary? Against Alfio Rigetti, he'll even joke with you a little bit. He has not been intimidated about being in that ring with Ali.
Ali either roared or yawned, depending on how you were looking at that.
Sam Solomon has done an excellent job with Leon Spinks. He's getting down off that straight up and down stance that he used in Montreal.
Yes, he's a fine, developed fighter in just 6 rounds and 6 fights in his fight. Ali's bouncing beautifully now.
He sure is.
This is Ali of the old legs.
Can't keep it up for an entire round, as he showed us. This is the second time. Worked hard down in Miami Beach. There's the flurry. You saw Leon duck down. Moved in with that reach. Coming down with those punches. Now inside of a minute.
Those hooks, but they don't hurt him. You see the face is getting hit with the hooks, but it's not hurting him.
One thing about Muhammad Ali, he has never received enough credit for his ability to take punches. He can take punches with anyone who's ever been in the heavyweight division. George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Ernie Shavers, they've all thumped away at this man, as Leon Spinks is doing right here.
Now, Leon has found a little uppercut inside between those two gloves. Some of those punches are low, but they're not effective. Spinks is working very hard here. I don't know if he can keep this up for 15 rounds.
It's a brutal pace for him, Dr. Pacheco. And Ali hasn't done much yet.
All right, step back.
Angelo Dundee expected Leon to start standing up straight along about the fourth round. We've now gone through 3. We'll see if Angelo was correct.
With Leon Spinks doing most of the work, again, the judges give the round to Spinks. And in round 4, the first win for Muhammad Ali. 2 of the judges going for Ali and Lou Tabbitt going for Leon Spinks.
Round 5. Muhammad Ali told Angelo Dundee he thought Leon Spinks was tired already. Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, what about the cut on Ali's mouth?
Well, he split his lip a little bit. Angelo says it's nothing, but when he got up, he spit a whole mouthful of blood there. I'm afraid that it might be a little bit into the inside of the mouth. But he's waiting for Spinks to get tired. He's hoping for Spinks to get tired. Let's see if he does get tired.
Keep an eye on Leon. Muhammad believes he's tired right now as we start the 5th round. Leon Spinks has never been beyond 10 twice in his career. Against Ledoux, against Rigetti.
Angelo had that round ahead for Ali. I had it even.
So you would have a 3-1 right now, Spinks, right, Doctor?
Right.
Remember, it's the 3 judges, not the referee who does the scoring here in Nevada. Then Spinks takes Ali over to his corner. Muhammad still talking. He sure did that time, and Leon got underneath it.
He gets hit by that kind of a right hand from Ali, he's in real trouble.
The champion trying to tee off. He's dead serious right now. And here comes Spinks, backing him into the corner directly above us. Pearl quickly separates him.
And this is really Ali looking for action. This is Ali looking for an exchange here. So he can drop that right hand in.
Blood flowing down from that cut. Telling Leon to hit him. Hit me, man. Hit me.
The Ali is really cooking.
Over a minute left in the 5th round.
But come back Spinks. And Ali does that phony baloney fading act of his, which isn't going to fool anybody. But
Step back.
It's good.
Leon stepped right back into it, though.
Get your hands off his neck, Ali.
There's that warning from Pearl. Staying on Ali. I'm impressed with the small man doing the refereeing so far, Doctor.
And Ali very flat-footed this season. He's picking his shots, and Spinks is making his first mistake if he stays on that rope.
And he came off. He must have read your thoughts, Dr. Pacheco. In a fury, he came off.
Come on up.
If he stays on those ropes, Ali will take his head off.
30 seconds left in this, the 5th round. Where are the critics now who said they should not have matched Leon Spinks against Muhammad Ali?
He is making a mistake and letting Ali take command here and do some punching.
He is tired.
He will be getting hit with that.
Still staying down as he was taught. We close out round 5.
Corners!
So 2 of the judges gave round 5 to Leon Spinks. Ali got the nod from Art Lurie. In round 6, 2 went to Spinks, 1 went to Ali. And the 7th round, again, 2 to Spinks and 1 to Muhammad Ali. So that's how it looked in rounds with Spinks clearly in command. And we'll be back with more from Sam Solomon, Angelo Dundee, and round 8 after this word. Sam Solomon, after 7 rounds, your man was well ahead. Were you surprised at the lead and with Ali's tactics?
Well, looking at the fight, no. As it went along, I thought it would be a little closer than that. But, well, I didn't mind at that particular point.
What did you think might happen at that point?
Well, I knew he had a hell of a lot of catching up to do.
Angelo, on the other hand, you had to know that Ali was well behind. And was that something that you expected he would do when the fight began? And did you think he could come back?
Well, I didn't feel he was that far behind, to be honest with you, because you noticed a couple of rounds where one guy gave it to Ali and 2 gave it to the other guy. Now, if it had been reversed, then we'd have been dead even. I thought it was a close fight. I don't think we were miles behind. I figured we were losing, but not that far behind.
And yet the judges had only given him 1 round up to this point. So let's see what happens now as we go to round 8 and see if Ali can turn the fight around, at least in the judgment of our trainer, Angelo Dundee.
Houdini exhorts him, put heat on him. And in the other corner, they say, 1 more round. Just wait 1 more round. What's he going to wait for?
Watch Leon. Will he be able to duck down, or will he come straight up and down as he did throughout his amateur career?
As you get tired, you resort to your old ways. Angelo says, look, he's standing up. Give him a little bit of time, you can nail it.
And he's still coming on, even though he's standing up.
Standing up isn't bad as long as you're punching. When you're standing up not punching, it's big trouble with Ali.
This is the 8th round. Pursuing with that left hand, but again, Leon can't lunge like that and stand straight up and down.
The difference is Ali can top from that position effectively, whereas Leon has to go up a ladder to hit him with a jab. See, he's a little tired. He's
Sometimes Ali's best attack is when he's moving backwards. He's one of the few men who can lean back like that and deliver a devastating blow.
And throw a right hand off that. There he did. He just did it.
Hold it, come on out.
Fix this pattern on the butt.
It's been a remarkable showing by Leon Spinks, though, hasn't it?
Yes, but he's slowing down this round.
Ali covering up. Leon told me he had absolutely nothing to lose here tonight. He said, I'm not going to get hurt even if I lose this fight.
He's not on the way to losing now. He's on the way to becoming a great fighter if he keeps this up.
Want to know what he trained on for breakfast? Beer and eggs. Try that diet sometimes.
I think he was trying to put on some weight, but that was the wrong idea. He's got the right weight, the right size, and he's fighting just right. His corner's instructed him well, and so far his fight's going his way.
Nice step.
But you don't know with Ali till you come to the crossroads. When Ali gets to that crossroad, he says, it's my fight from here on out. It's a different fight.
Dr. Pacheco, he's a magician, as you so well know.
And he's an orchestrator. He's a dramatist. He knows how to do it.
This is his stage.
All right, come on out.
He's invited all of you along. And Ken Norton is hoping there's at least 1 more night.
Hey, hold it up, come on out.
As long as Ali's boxing, it's his rope. When Ali stops on the ropes and gives it to the kid, it's nothing.
This may be the quietest the gambling tables have been at the Hilton Hotel all week. Everyone is jammed into the doorways. You couldn't get in here with a shoehorn tonight. It's the hottest ticket in town. Lou Rawls and all the others are going to have to wait for Muhammad Ali and Leon Spinks to finish up.
Round 8, the first round dominated by Ali, and all 3 judges saw it that way. The 9th round, 2 of them went for Muhammad Ali, 1 for Leon Spinks. The 10th round, perhaps one of the most interesting rounds of the fight, and we'll see that in just a moment. Well, Angelo, that was clearly the best round of the fight to that point for Muhammad Ali. All 3 judges gave it to him. And between rounds 9 and 10, you had some special advice for him that seemed to play a bit of a role in the 10th round. Let's listen to your comments in the corner talking to Muhammad, and we'll find out whether your strategy worked or not.
He ain't bending no more, so he can't bend no more.
Come around. You got to make it.
Number 10, Muhammad.
You never went past this.
Let's go.
You're listening to Muhammad Ali's corner.
No, he's ready. He's ready. You had him hurt. Left hook will take him out. Left hook will take him out. Come on.
Well, there it was. The word you told him was that he was having difficulty bending. Leon was upright more, and you thought a left hook could get to him. In that dialogue, did you have a sense that Ali would go and try to take him with the left hook?
Well, yes, because once you put Ali on a kind of a way to get to a guy, he tries it out. If it works, he'll keep on doing it. But Leon wasn't cooperating. He was trying to went back to his old ways of doing things. But I thought Ali tried to get the guy with left hooks. I thought he tried to do everything to lick that guy.
Sam, on the other hand, and from your corner, were you aware of what Angelo was picking up, that Leon was more upright, wasn't able to get down into the crouch?
Well, no, I didn't see him, not getting down. Yeah, I knew he would come up at times, but if he started to get hit, he'll go back down. So, those were the rounds that I told him to coast.
Coast a little bit.
That's right.
Well, let's take a look at...
I figured that we had enough rounds in the beginning to give a couple of rounds, too. Give them back and be generous.
Sure.
So now we had to coast.
Let's take a look at round 10, because I think in many ways this was a pivotal round in the fight. I thought it was a good round for your man, and yet he wasn't able to really hurt Spinks. Let's watch.
We start the 10th round.
And if Spinks is ready to go, he doesn't know it. As he came out with 4 punches.
And he's taking much more punishment when he's straight up like that, Doctor. Trying to come on. We're about to find out how much young Spinks can take. He's never been beyond the 10th round. He's been here twice. Against Scott Ledoux and Alfio Righetti. Now against the champion, and he could be in trouble.
He took a deep breath, which shows he's a little tired. But he's got to get off with his backs to the rope. Got to get away from there. Ali will lead him up on this rope.
No question about him being tired. His corner's yelling at him. As you were telling us, Dr. Pacheco, he's taking his beating.
And Angelo, that great corner brain, told him he's ready to go. Let's go. Houdini's second the emotion, and now Ali's putting it in practice.
Isn't it unbelievable that a man like Ali can still come on like this when he's told?
That's what made him such a great fighter for so many years. He's a great ring brain in the middle of the ring, and he's got a great ring brain in the corner. Unbeatable combination. Ali threw a little uppercut there that would have landed, but he threw it from too far out.
Half of the 10th round left.
And you're wondering, what is Spinks thinking about? Where did he get out of there?
Here he comes.
He's gone in a sort of apathetic state. He's gone dull, listless. He's not peppy. He's found out that to be in there with a champion, you got to take some shots.
Not objecting to being tied up as he did in the first few rounds. Minute left in the 10th. Spinks talking to Ali.
That's a bad mistake.
Dr. Pacheco, you've got what, Ali, winning the last 3 rounds on your unofficial card?
We're now even, 4-4-1. And certainly Ali's got this one going. Ali's little rhythm is to set a series of very light little punches that didn't come in with a very heavy punch. He was just setting it up then when Spinks upset the timing by coming back with a combination. Spinks must fight here. He's going to be eaten up. If he doesn't punch, he's not going to be around for much longer.
We close out the 10th round live in Las Vegas. Leon Spinks is about to enter no man's land. He's never been to the 11th round in his life.
Well, it was a big round for Muhammad Ali. He threw most of the punches, but those punches did not have enough sting to hurt Leon Spinks, who kind of cruised through the round.
Jimmy the Greek, from your vantage point, how have you got it scored?
I've got it 5-4-1 Spinks.
Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, how do you have it scored?
5-4-1, but the winner, Ali, at this point.
The 11th round. Spinks tired, as you can see. You can see how straight up and down he is. How he will tie Muhammad Ali up. And here comes the master.
Angelo's told him, just one good body shot, Ali. Ali hadn't seen a body shot since the Second World War. Just one good body shot and then come over and it's all over. And he's probably right. If he would throw it, that would be the end.
Excellent overhead view here by one of our cameramen, Frank Cerkinian, our producer-director inside the truck. This is for the heavyweight championship of the world. And Leon is beginning to show that wear and tear. The hands coming down, punches coming in above them. Ali circling him.
But he doesn't give up. You got to give this kid credit.
Turn him off. Turn him off.
He's got all that spirit of the Marine Corps. He just keeps coming.
Bernie, this could help his career. He's learned a lot here tonight.
Well, it's not over. Listen, we've got the rest.
Come on out.
You bet. Minute and a half left in the 11th round.
This is just the third quarter. We got to go to the end of the game.
The fourth quarter belongs to us. Isn't that what they say? Look at Ali up on those toes again. Dr. Pacheco, you've been surprised by that, the amount of time he's been able to dance here tonight.
I'm amazed by Ali's footwork here. I have not seen him do that in a long time. This late in the fight, especially. Almost every round he's danced a little. Now, that's not like Ali, and it just shows that he wants to show the world, listen, there's still a lot of life left in the old guy.
Minute left in the 11th.
All right, come on out. Turn him.
Referee Dave Burr. The three judges are scoring, not the referee. They hand in their scoring slips at the conclusion of each round.
And this proves the old axiom in boxing. There are no easy fights. Until they're all over with, none of them are easy. And this is certainly not easy for Ali.
A lot of writers said this was going to be a bad fight, but I didn't see any of them giving up their ringside tickets out here the last couple of days.
Not any time Ali fights, you don't see anybody giving up any tickets.
Look at this exchange. Young Spinks and Muhammad Ali in the 11th round comes to an end with a furious exchange. He stunned him.
The judges were turning the tide in Ali's favor. All three went for him in round 11, and that was 4 rounds in a row going to Muhammad Ali.
We are in the 12th round, and I got to take my hat off to that young man from the Marine Corps, that Olympic champion from St. Louis and Philadelphia, Leon Spinks. We've already taken it off to Muhammad Ali. We don't have to tell you the kind of athlete he's been. Toe-to-toe, they're coming down the stretch.
Ali is getting set for some heavy, heavy bombardment. When you see him spread out and look real hard, you know he's looking for the opening because he's throwing everything he's got in a hard way. 2 jabs.
2 quick jabs out over the top. The lethal damage that he has done throughout his career with that left. Cut up Jerry Corey when Corey gave him a chance to come back that night in Atlanta. What a scene that was for all of us who were there.
But look at Spinks. He just won't be intimidated. He keeps fighting, keeps coming back.
Turn him loose.
Wonderful amount of heart that Leon Spinks has showed tonight. And let me tell you, he's not behind. He's right even. It's
You've
what
got it
happens
even,
now.
right, Doctor?
Yes, indeed. It's
All
what
right,
happens from here to the finish. This fight is a long way from over. But I'll tell you, it's Muhammad Ali territory. From the 11th to the 15th is Muhammad Ali territory.
Where he took care of Ken Norton the last time. Where he took care of Ernie Shavers and with that last 30-second barrage in the Garden.
He's going to get hit with the right hand.
Look at him just waiting like he has, Doc. Leon looking down at us, wondering who's yelling instructions. It's Michael Spinks right behind me, who's talking to his brother.
And spurred by that little exhortation from his brother, he puts Ali on the ropes and puts in a few unanswered shots.
Michael wanted the right hook, and he delivered it, Doc.
And I must say, the referee, as little as he is, has done a wonderful job here.
We were wondering whether or not he could keep this going, and he's done a heck of a job. He's made him fight.
I don't think I've ever seen a man that small referee a heavyweight championship match. Ali's coming on again.
Leon's got to start jabbing. He's going to take tremendous punishment here.
And Ali must be thinking what's holding this youngster up. I've hit him some great shots.
I'll tell you what, Marine Corps. Maybe that's what's holding him up.
Whatever they taught him well.
From the hills, the shores, and wherever else they went, here's Leon Spinks on a battlefield in Las Vegas, and he's done a job regardless of what happens here.
Clearly another round for Muhammad Ali. All three judges saw it that way, and it has brought the fight to about dead even. And Solomon, Angelo Dundee, at this point, I'm sure the nerves were really working in both corners. Angie, you had seen your fighter win 5 rounds in a row. You didn't know that that was happening exactly in the minds of the judges at that point, but you had to have a feeling that things were very close at this point. And yet, he was unable to put Leon Spinks away. What were you thinking at this point of the fight?
Well, my thinking was that Spinks was going tired. Muhammad naturally was losing steam also, because it was a tough, grueling fight. It was a good fight. But I was visualizing Leon Spinks getting dropped with a good right-hand shot, a good left hook, and I was visualizing my guy coming on. Now, I didn't know that the fight, was dead even, because, like I said before, I'm looking at it now, we could have been ahead 7-5, because there was 2 rounds where they voted 2 Spinks, 1 Ali. It could have been reversed.
Might have gone the other way.
Could have been ahead.
And yet, it appeared in round 10 that we saw, and again here in round 12, that he didn't seem to have the sting to take him out. Did you really believe he still had knockout power remaining?
Let me tell you something, Tim. It's easy now, but let me explain something. When you're working with a fighter, you're the worst judge. You don't know what the heck the score is. I mean, be honest. Because you're looking at your guy. Your guy's beautiful. The other guy is nothing. This is natural.
Sam, is that how you saw it? Your guy was beautiful, the other guy was nothing?
No, I'm a critic usually of my man. I usually see my man as not doing enough. I never see him doing quite, good enough.
Did you feel that he had lost those last 5 rounds?
Well, I knew we were giving him some rounds. I told him to coast.
Because of the early lead, obviously.
Yeah, I told him to coast. Just coast those rounds.
We'll watch the last 3 rounds together. This was the home stretch. This was where each fighter had to reach back for whatever he had left. There was a younger man in the ring tonight, and you'll see why here in rounds 13, 14, 15.
Round 13. Dr. Pacheco, how have you got it right now unofficial?
6-4 to Ali.
Jimmy the Greek, how about your unofficial card?
I got 5-4 and 1 Spinks. I've got Spinks ahead by 1 round, Brett.
All right, Greek, thank you. Here we are in the 13th round.
It's so hard to score a fight when you've spent all those years in so many rings all over the world with Ali. But I tend to be pessimistic, but Ali's just been doing a job on Spinks in the last few rounds.
Dr. Pacheco, if you'd been my doctor as long as you'd been Ali's, I'd expect for you to pull for me like you have got to be doing deep down in your heart, but you're not taking a thing away from the courage and the talent of Leon Spinks.
Not at all. I felt he was going to give him a good fight. He's given him an exceptionally good fight. This is a close fight.
Hold it. Come on out.
Better than 2 minutes left in the 13th. Leon still bouncing a little bit, Doctor, even if he is straight up and down.
Hands off his neck.
There's that warning from Dave Pearl.
If Spinks can survive and pull that little extra gas tank out that he should have at 24, we are going to have a questionable decision, a real close fight.
Here's Leon trying to build it up in the 13th round. As both Dr. Bertie Pacheco and Jimmy the Greek have told you, the fight is on the line if it goes the distance.
Get your hand off. Step back. Hold it up, come on out, turning loose. Step back, step back.
Just over a minute left.
Step out, clean.
Sitting next to me is Gil Clancy, a longtime friend and a great, great judge of boxing. He has Spinks ahead, 6-5-1.
Inside of a minute. Round 13.
And there are worried looks in the corner of Ali. Bodini exhorting from the corner, pounding on the back of Youngblood. Wally and the corner yelling, take it to him, champ, take it to him.
Now that great warrior through the years is going to have to reach down.
It now becomes a matter of reserve. And
no one's got more of it, Ferdy, than Ali. Jimmy Ellis now has moved close to that corner.
Hold it up.
Jimmy Ellis, a former great champion, who took a terrific beating from Ali, but loves him like a brother.
Leon Spinks just keeps on trucking as we wind down the 13th round in Las Vegas.
Well, the younger man prevailed in round 13. All three judges going for Leon Spinks. Time now running out on the champion, Muhammad Ali.
Tiring you out. He's tiring you out. Rumble is there. Rumble. Punch that. Keep punching, Tim. Keep up holding. Keep it on. Rumble like the fan.
You can hear the crowd.
They sense something's in the offing here.
They know what the great champion has got to do, because the young man has brought nothing but courage and talent into this ring. And here comes Leon Spinks after him. A chance to take away that championship. A chance to do what Ali did to Sonny Liston back in 1964.
The difference is that Liston quit, and there'll never be a day.
Any quit here with Muhammad Ali. You better believe that, Dr. Pacheco.
No one will ever see the day when this man quits. Houdini almost in tears saying, "Rumble, champ, rumble," trying to bring back the days of old, but can you bring them back at 36? And here's this young kid with his corner telling him, "You got it, you're ahead." Pressure, that's when Ali fights the best. 14 and 15. Don't let him take it away.
There's never been more of it than right now.
Will he get careless?
Backing into the ropes, and here is Leon Spinks.
He followed him into the ropes. Spinks followed Ali and nailed him with a hard right hand.
I hope the critics are feeling some of the sting of these shots. They said this was a match that never should be made, and here it is. The 14th round, and the young man's got a chance.
And now Spinks looks fresh. Oh, what a
directly above us, he's coming at him.
Step back. Step back.
Ali cannot wait. He's making him back off of the jab and almost trip over his legs. I've never seen Ali do that.
Leon Spinks, Dr. Pacheco, has caught a bit of a second wind, as you might expect from a 24-year-old, and he has been relentlessly coming on. If he doesn't make a big mistake, he can upset the world heavyweight champion.
He has a championship in his grasp. It's a close fight, but he's taking the late rounds here.
We go down to 1 minute left in the 14th round.
If he doesn't make a mistake here, Ali is in some kind of trouble for the last round.
There is Michael Spinks with a smile on his face. He won earlier, 8-round decision, as he yelled encouragement to Leon. Now it's Michael's turn to see if the Spinks jinx can work twice in Las Vegas.
And Spinks is doing everything right. And nothing wrong.
Inside of 30. Into Spinks' corner. Leon pursues the champion. Pouring in.
And the champion is holding his head again, which means he's tired. Now Ali's getting ready to throw that right hand, and he did, but too soft. That's what Leon's got to do, keep fighting. Ali's got to come from somewhere.
1 round to go. The heavyweight championship on the line.
With the upstart challenger coming on strong again, all three judges give it to Leon Spinks. And the wilting Muhammad Ali knows he's really got to have a big one in the final round.
We are back, and here it is, the 15th round, and it is so close. This could be the pivotal round. Many people here at ringside say Muhammad Ali has got to have a knockout or he's going to lose it to young Spinks.
Spinks feels it, and he can taste the heavyweight championship, and if he doesn't make a mistake, he just may have a heavyweight championship.
One of the most unbelievable nights in sport. The 24-year-old from St. Louis and Philadelphia with 7 professional fights. A chance to take it away from Muhammad Ali, who has fought 57 times. Only 31 rounds until tonight. And here is battling Leon Spinks, going for the title.
And if Spinks has the energy to keep this up for another round, he will have won it in many of ringsider's opinion. Ali looks like he's conserving his energy, but he better not wait too long. This is the last gasp. He just nailed him. Ali just nailed him with a right hand, a repeat right hand.
Can he follow it up now?
If Spinks lets him out of that corner, he's a fool. Now he's got him on the rope. Now comes Ali. Now comes Ali, the champion. Now comes Ali, the man who knows how to win in the end.
He's got Spinks in trouble over here with that last right. comes on. Leon Spinks hold it in the 15th round.
But Spinks is weary. He's falling back.
Unbelievable. We're inside of a minute and a half to go. It has been a night to remember.
Here comes Ali. Here comes Ali.
The corner told him he had to have the knockout.
Oh, he's in trouble. Now, Spinks is in trouble.
Spinks has got to hold on for just over a minute. Everyone's on their feet now. You can see them coming up behind the press row.
If Ali's got anything left in the last 30-second kick, he can knock him out.
A minute now to go.
But they're both tired. Ali can't figure this out. Oh, this
so important now for this final flurry, Doctor. This is where Muhammad Ali has always been able to reach down into the bag of tricks.
And my heart is bleeding for Ali. He can put this kid away, and he does not have it at 35 to 36 to come get him. He does not have it to come get him.
Spinks stays. Solomon yelling at him. Stay out of trouble. Muhammad trying to come on. It's a countdown. Time in Las Vegas. Jarred Ali with that left.
20 seconds. If they can both hold on, we might have another champion. Ali is exhausted.
What a great night. Two tremendous warriors. Let me remind you, we're going to go to a station break. Then we're going to be back for a decision as we wind down one of the great nights in the history of the heavyweight division. What a fight. It's over.
Well, all three judges went for Leon Spinks in that thrilling 15th round. Certainly they had to have a difficult decision because it was very close, but they all went for Spinks, and he became the champion. The final scoring looked like this when it was all over. Judge Harold Buck gave 9 rounds to Spinks and 6 to Ali. Lou Tabbitt gave 10 rounds to Spinks, 5 to Ali. And Art Lurie went the other way. A lot of people have forgotten it was a split decision. He gave 8 to Ali and 7 to Leon Spinks. And so those who thought that Ali had won the fight had some support from at least one of the judges. He saw it 8-7. Well, gentlemen, you've looked at the key rounds in this fight, and I know you've both seen the tapes many times because you've got a rematch coming up. You want to see what you can find out. But in viewing it here this afternoon, is there anything new, anything different that you've seen, Sam?
Well, yeah, I've seen a lot different, but I don't think I better tell it right now. Maybe I'll take you in the back room.
Did you really find things that you think you can apply now to the strategy for the next fight?
Oh, yes.
How about you, Angelo?
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be a big difference in the next fight because, to be honest with you, Deer Lake, Pennsylvania is going to do the number. Also, in Deer Lake, we have the family together. People don't know that all our team wasn't down in Miami Beach. We're going to have Drew, we're going to have Bodini, we're going to have all the gang, Kilroy. I can't name them all. There's a lot of guys there, but we're family, and we're together. And Muhammad wants that title for the 3rd time. He's going to get it.
Everybody is back there at Deer Lake. We noticed that when we were down there last week. It's kind of a gathering, perhaps, for the last hurrah. Ali himself, as you will hear, says this will be his last fight. And certainly, as you look at Leon Spinks preparing, his feeling in that first fight, Sam, was that maybe going into the last round, he didn't know whether he was the winner or not, but he knows now, doesn't he?
He knew then. I told him, and he believed me.
All right. Well, we're going to be coming back with a look at both the training camps and find out about some of the things that have taken place since that night on February 15th and all of that coming up. This was something that you used during the fight between rounds 12 and 13. And let's see what went on between rounds, and then we'll talk about it.
You're doing it, baby. You're doing it. You are doing it, and I want you to keep that left hand going.
You got to keep your hand going, man. Keep it going back.
Keep that left hand going.
Keep it going back.
Okay. Hold the spinning. I want to give him some juice. Come on. This is the 13th round now.
Keep that left hand going.
Well, Sam, you could quite clearly be heard saying, have some juice, have some juice. Now, as many fight fans know, in the state of Nevada, under the WBC championship rules, there is to be nothing in the corner except water. That's specifically written out. I've seen it. I've been at rules meetings. Why did you have something else, and what was the juice?
Who said I had something else?
Well, you called it juice. What did you mean by that?
I didn't call it whatever you say.
On the television
I said juice. Well, I had water in there. What did the fighter say he drank?
He said a couple of weeks ago that he had water. That's what was in the bottle.
That's just what he
All right,
had.
but just seconds before we saw you use the little black bottle, we saw the big, regular water bottle.
Well, this is something different.
Something different. How different?
Do you want me to name it on TV? Now your sponsors are going to get mad.
Well, take your best shot.
All right, it's Perrier water.
All right. Now, Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali, a few weeks ago, raised this issue. It was not raised immediately after the fight. It was raised just a few weeks ago when Leon Spinks was in New Orleans to help promote the fight. At that time, Ali brought up the little black bottle and implied that there was something other than water in it. He didn't specify what, but he kind of raised the question of what it might be. What are your feelings and thoughts about it?
Well, I never heard Perrier water called juice. And so I don't know if they got a new brand of Perrier water out, but I feel that whatever Sam gave him, you do a lot of things you try to win fights in. You know, in the past, the old-time trainers like Charlie Gorman would use little aromatics with peppermint or orange juice and maybe a little brandy once in a while to give a lift to a fighter. Now, I know that only water is allowed in the corner, and with Muhammad Ali, we'll only use water in the corner.
Do you think that whatever was in there, be it mineral water, as Sam says, or some other concoction, as has been implied, may have played a role in the spurt of energy that Leon seemed to show over the last few rounds?
Well, you don't know what may have brought that on. It may have been momentum, may have been a lot of things, but I know that little black bottle turned out to be a big flask all of a sudden. And I feel that I'm going to go out and buy a couple of gallons of Perrier water juice.
Well, Tim, you must remember, too, the fighter drank it. He knew what he was drinking. He said it was bubbly.
He said it was bubbly?
That's what he said.
No, well, there was no bottle.
Presumably the bubbles had some effect.
He said
there was no bottle.
He said he changed it.
There was no little black bottle, Leon said. He don't remember.
Originally, that's what he was reported as saying. Then he did admit to the fact that there was one.
He was
excited and didn't remember. Well, it'll be a continuing controversy, as you can see, going right into September 15th. And we'll be back to talk more about this and other things to do with the fight in a moment.
There was drugs in that bottle, and that hurt me
I don't
very
think
much.
he said that. I
Yes,
think there may have been an implication that.
No,
I don't recall that he was quoted directly.
He said it. I got the clipping.
Well,
from the
all right, but will there be one in New Orleans?
We'll see. Let the commission decide that.
All right. So that keeps things interesting until September 15th. We visited both the fighters at their training camps, and up in the Catskills, I had a chance to talk with Leon Spinks about the joys and rigors of being the new heavyweight champion.
It's difficult when you can't go outdoors, can't go out of your house, go get a known piece of paper or something when a lot of people mobbing you, crying you. And that's a difficult thing you have to take and accept because you put yourself in that position.
Do you like that feeling of being recognized and followed and so on?
It's all right. You know, I like it to the point because I love to meet the people. But, you know, when you, it all depends on the people you do meet. Some people come very rude. They feel like to call you the heavyweight champion, that you owe them something. And I don't see it. I don't see how in the world that I owe anybody anything but myself. People don't realize this thing is new to me too. And before they give me time to adjust to it, they try to tear me down where I would never get adjusted to it.
Adjusting is something Leon has had trouble doing in many areas since his victory. There's even been controversy surrounding his training methods. It's said he'd rather boogie than train, and even his training has the boogie beat behind it. Is Leon getting ready to defend a championship hardly anyone thought he was ready to win? Or is he just doing the New York hustle with a jump rope as a dance partner? And it's been reported that he sparred very little. We asked him about that.
What you hear fools you, because Leon trained hard every day. And he say he disappeared 3 days. Now, I've been here for 3 weeks now. And went away for the publicity business.
How about Hilton Head? How about down at Hilton Head?
Hilton Head, I had personal business as far as personal business of mine, which wasn't nobody else.
How different is this camp that you're running from the last training camp preparing for the Ali fight?
No, this camp is the same. It ain't no different. Because I feel that I need more push now than I did then.
And Leon, talking about your own training techniques, one of the things you do differently is you run at different times of the day and not always at that traditional early morning time.
Well, you know, I don't like the morning run all the time because sometimes when you get early in the morning, the heat don't usually be, sometimes be real hot to me. But I run at night. Then I get up, if I feel better than from sleeping overnight, I run the next day again.
In the middle of the day?
Yeah, in the middle of the day.
How many miles?
6 to 5 to 6, 7, whatever.
Do you like to run?
No, I don't like to run. I don't like it, but I do it because I have to.
Ali says that he can't scare you. Is that right?
Well, he's just a human being.
Do you think he tried to scare you the first fight?
Yeah, he did.
What did he do?
He did another thing. He tried to talk, and then he tried to be quiet. He tries to use psychological reasons on me.
Ali also says he was only 20% there in the last fight. He felt that he didn't really present all of Ali. This time he says he will.
Well, due time will tell.
How do you think he'll be different this time?
I don't even think about it.
Not at all?
Not at all.
You're going to fight the same kind of fight?
I'm just going to be stronger.
You'll be stronger physically?
Physically and mentally.
And you'll fight 3 minutes every round?
I'm going to fight every little bit of it.
Will it go the distance?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't think.
Can you knock him out?
Anybody can be knocked out, even myself.
He thinks that maybe he can get you early.
Well, that's on him.
That's on him, is it?
That's on him.
That's the champion, Leon Spinks. I went to Deer Lake, Pennsylvania a few days later to talk with Muhammad Ali. He was weary, pensive, and very introspective. Muhammad Ali's training quarters are in the woodsy setting of Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, not far from Allentown. Despite the out-of-the-way location, the crowd still find their way there, hoping for a glimpse of the man they still call Champ. Ali has been training hard since early May, and it's harder at age 36. You can look back on training here since around the 1st of May as being perhaps the hardest you've trained in several years.
Not the hardest,
do you
but the
feel
longest.
36? Do you feel 36 years old right at this moment?
No, I don't. I don't know how it would feel to be 36. I've been in shape ever since I was 12 years old, fighting in the Olympics at 18. And I feel good. I feel like I felt 10 years ago, about the same.
You've got all new sparring partners in this camp. That's kind of a departure.
Young men, 19 and
you've been
20.
beaten on them, we're told. What was your thinking about getting new people?
Well, they're faster than Spinks, these guys. They're young. Spinks is young. I'm still supposed to be the old man, 36. He's so young at 25. I found some fast good boxers at 19 and 20 who are young as Spinks. So Spinks will be like old man compared to the boys 20. Because these guys are really fast and youthful and reflexes. And I'm faster. I'm beating them with a punch. I'm able to hit them and get back before they hit me. Sometimes they catch me, but a lot of times I catch them.
Mohammed, 2 people that you've spoken to over the past couple of months have told me that you plan to get this fight over quickly. Is that true? And if so, is it a feeling that maybe you're a little uncertain about being able to go 15 and win the fight?
Well, I proved the last time with Schaefer's and fight before the Spinks fight and Spinks I can fight on the 15 round. But if I can get him quick, my idea is not to get him quick. Because if I get in my head that I got him in quick, I'm going to get him 7, 8, 9 rounds or 4 or 5 and don't. That's the defeat. I'm just going to take it as it comes. If I can see getting him in 1, get him in 1. If I can see getting him in 3, get him in 3. If I have to go distance, be ready.
Mohammed, during this training camp, you spent considerable time, I understand, looking at tapes of your previous fights, and particularly the Spinks fight. What did you see in that fight, and why have you been watching it more than once?
I've never watched these tapes before. By watching tapes, I saw that it's bad staying on the ropes. I noticed watching the tapes, as long as I danced, stayed at a distance, I was winning.
More of the fight will be in the middle of the ring, though, from what you've said.
Off the ropes, moving and dancing, sticking. So I don't run, I hit harder. I move in for the slaughter. Move in, don't run, go get him.
Well, you also been looking at the tape. Yesterday, we watched it together here against Jerry Quarry. That's 8 years ago. Why did you watch that tape, and what did you see in it? Was it a psychological boost for you?
Maybe I was just looking at 8 years ago, how fast was I, how far have I fell down. And from what I see, I'm just as fast as I was then. If I have slowed down, human eye can't detect it.
But that was a comeback fight for you, too. 3.5 years away from boxing. Is there a connection between watching that and perhaps telling yourself that this is a comeback for you, too?
Well, that's right, because all comebacks, like come back with Frazier when I lost, I was ready. Come back with Norton when I lost. The George Foreman fight, Sonny Liston's. I noticed that I can go when I have something to accomplish.
You need the incentive.
I gotta have it, because
Now it's to win the title the third time.
First man to get a third time, go out champion, retire with that title. Or live good the rest of my life, retire champion. And all I gotta do is suffer for 4 or 5 months and do all. I could almost beat the man and giving him 6 rounds. But going there dancing, serious, doing what I know how to do, moving, dancing, and don't play, move, stick and move. I'm ready.
Another thing that I noticed, though, that sharp speech is not quite what it was. Does that bother you? Do you hear yourself differently?
Yeah.
Do you worry that maybe you've had enough shots to the head? That's enough. Don't hit me again.
Yeah. Well, the reason maybe I might swear or talk like I do now, I'm so tired.
You're tired.
I was so tired, I didn't want to train today. And now I made myself a work hour. And now I'm almost too tired to do this interview right now.
What about Veronica? Does she want you to quit? Will she be glad if this is the last fight?
Oh, she'd be glad, but she don't mind.
The talk is of the last fight, Angelo Dundee. He seems very serious about that. He said despite an early knockout victory that might lead to a big offer for a Holmes fight, he doesn't want it. Do you want him to quit?
That's for him to say. I think he reserves the right to do that. He's been a great champion. It's not for me to say.
Do you worry about his physical condition?
He's in great shape. He paid his dues. He's been up there 5 months. He's in real good shape.
I don't mean for this fight. I mean the physical damage over the years.
I think he's fine physically. I think he's a perfect physical specimen. I think it's remarkable that a guy's been fighting this long, is still that great, and is going to be the heavyweight champion again.
He says he's going to be the champion again. Sam Solomon, you've got a little different feeling about that.
I got a whole lot to say about it.
What about Leon?
Well, I hate to call him a liar to his face, but I'm going to have to do that. I'll turn this way, and I'm going to call him a liar. So I don't have to call him a liar to his face. But he will not be the champion again.
You're not going to
not in this world.
You're not going to take any pity on Muhammad Ali's desire to become the champ for the third time?
Sentiment doesn't enter in this at all.
All right.
We're friends outside the rope, but when we get in that ring, it's for the marbles, man.
Gentlemen, we want to thank you both for being here. September 15th is the night that this rematch will take place. Sam Solomon, the trainer of Leon Spinks, will be in Spinks' corner.
Glad to be here.
Angelo Dundee will be with Muhammad Ali. There will be more excitement in New Orleans, September 15th.
All day.
Good luck.
It does sound older, doesn't it? And not quite as sharp. And I wonder if that is, well, we know what it's from, all the punishment he's absorbed.
Right. I think the most interesting thing to me was that he is aware of it. And we talked more after the interview about that. And I think it will play a role, just his thinking about his physical condition as a young man of 36 going off for the rest of his life. I think it will play a role in his decision to call this the last fight.
Well, I know a lot of people that are close to him and have his best interests wish he would.
Yes, I think that's true.
I want to see him have a healthy after-boxing life, you know, to live till he's 60 or 70 rather than dying early. So I would hope he quits, too.
It's important for him to go off as a winner. That seemed to be the real theme of the entire conversation we had. Not just the winning at the third time. He makes that the incentive, and it's a good one, obviously. But I think it's most important for him to retire as a champion. He feels very comfortable in that role, as he has for so many years. I know you've got a lot of thoughts about the upcoming rematch. Let's hear them.
Well, Tim, Muhammad Ali Leon Spinks does not have the same ring to it as Muhammad Ali Joe Frazier. And there are two reasons for that. One, Leon Spinks is not Joe Frazier, and alas, Muhammad Ali is not Muhammad Ali. The night of the Spinks fight in Las Vegas, there were boxing men that told us Spinks would beat Ali again and again because Muhammad was too old and too hurt. But in the months since then, Spinks has had trouble in handling the role of the world champion in the heavyweight division, while Ali has gone on doing what he does best, and that is being a world personality, traveling the world and working hard, we're told, for this rematch. What kind of a fight will it be? I don't know. I listen to reasonable men who believe that Ali is physically through, and I say, yes, Spinks should win. And then in looking at the last round of their first fight, I'm convinced that a stiff breeze either way could have changed the outcome. The only certain thing I know is that each fight gets more difficult for Ali. Can this lion in winter beat Spinks, especially if he goes for him early this time? Or does Leon, with his youth, have the ultimate weapon? Youth will almost always beat age, especially in the ring. But Ali, remember, has a counterpunch, a bright and burning thing called pride. And that's what this fight will be. Youth against pride.
Prettiest fighter in the world, Muhammad Ali. I'm going to attempt to do something here tonight in New Orleans, and I will accomplish it. Something that's never been done before. I'll be the first man in the history of boxing to win the World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. That's right, 3 times. And then all my critics will bow. My critics will crawl, and they will all have to admit that after I get my title back from Leon Spinks for the 3rd time, they will have to admit that I'm the greatest of all times, the greatest fighter of all times, of all times.
But Muhammad Ali was not the greatest of all time. February 15th passed in Las Vegas, Nevada, when he was battered into submission by young Leon Spinks, who had had only 7 prior professional fights. For elation, exceeding even that which he enjoyed when he became the 5th American boxer to win a gold medal at Montreal in the Olympic Games. The two meet again tonight, here in the great city of New Orleans, Louisiana, in the middle of it. This is a city rich in boxing tradition. John L. Sullivan lost his crown here to Gentleman Jim Corbett. So, live from the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana, the 15-round WBA World